Well, welcome to the show again. This is our fifth one, actually. Just something I thought up when to endure this lockdown. So it's come in handy. Let's see now. No comments at the moment. Anyway, tonight's show we've got two videos. One is Bob Haddon's photographs. Bob's father was based in Salita. The other video is John Blythe, and his father was based at the naval base. Also tonight, I've got these. Some naval school badges to give away. 20 of them in total. And I'll tell you more about that at the end of the program, how to get your badge. It'll be free. So, without further ado, I think we'll just go straight into it. Here's Bob Haddon's video. Well, that was Bob's video of photos from his time in Singapore. Hi, Pam. Hi, Louis. And Tony. Great to see you. I'm glad you joined us, Lou. I'm about to play your interview. The other thing I'd like to say to people also, if you want to come on and talk about your personal reunion with an old school friend, or maybe even just the first reunion you attended, that would be good. We can arrange that. Just let me know, and we'll have you on the show. Okay, we'll go on with Lou's interview now, or chat, should I say. Welcome to the program, Lou. The reason I asked you to come onto the program is because of some photographs that you sent me some time ago, where you had the personal reunions with Kevin O'Carroll, Jeff Cox, and Andrew Cole in particular. Now, obviously, you went to school with them, and they were old school friends of yours. Can you tell me how long ago it was from the time you left Singapore to the time you met them, and how that all came about?
We were all at St John's together, and I disappeared from St John's in July '68 when I came back to the UK. Andrew Cole was there for not much longer than that, and I think Kev did another about 12 months or so out in Singapore before he came back. And basically, neither of us kept in touch with each other when we left Singapore. So it was about 1987 when Andrew Cole actually sent a letter to Continental Modeler, which is a model railway magazine, which I subscribe. And he said that if there's anybody from the Singapore St John's School, from the railway club, that was still modelling and reading it, would they like to get in touch with him? So I sent a message to the editor who I knew anyway, and he passed on to Andrew, and since 1987 we've been back in contact by snail mail. And once that improved, once the internet came to life, and you could do it a lot quicker, a lot easier. To start with, I only had internet at work from 2000 about 2008, 2009. I finally got internet at home. So because you're doing frantic emails and the like from work in the lunchtime. Then nothing happened after that with Andrew, because obviously he's stuck in Sydney. So we did go to work in Taipei for about 3 years in the meantime. So after 2000, our firm got taken over. We had a new boss, and he put all the internet in and got us all online. And that made it easier then when Friends Reunited started up. So I'd spend lunchtime going on Friends Reunited, seeing what was happening there. And when I joined the St John's section on there, Kev O'Carroll suddenly came out of the woodwork and sort of sent a message via them saying, are you the one that was in the Model Railway Club? I said, yeah. And that was it. So about 2002, 2003, me and Kev were back in touch with our Friends Reunited, and then by email. And the only other one that came out of the woodwork, I think then, was Anna Gugan and Julie Sugru, who all four of us went to school together on the same RN bus. We all knew each other one way or another.
That was good.
And I knew Julie Sugru's younger sister Diane as well, because she was in the same year as me. So we all had a link there. But then obviously things developed. Lynn suddenly came out with a St John's group set up, and Kev O'Carroll pointed me in your direction, said, have you seen the singer's website? No, didn't know anything about it. So I went online, looked at your website, I thought, shortly after that you started getting photographs from me.
Yeah.
Well, it's all Kev's fault.
Well, we can blame him, yeah.
Yeah, so the first of the reunions actually took place with Kev O'Carroll. At the time he was still working for the Navy up in Faslane in Bonnie, Scotland. And he used to get sent all over the place to do emergency repairs on certain bits of a submarine. And he had a call to come down to Plymouth to do a repair on one that was sat in dockyard down here. So I had an email saying, you can be home for the next couple of nights. I said, I'll give you a phone call, we're not going to escape. It was one of these jobs where, they keep working until they get it fixed sort of thing. So I had a phone call. He said, right, he said, I'm going to be getting out at 7 o'clock tonight. So he said, where are you? So I gave him my address. He came out. Had met up after 38 years, walked around the corner to the pub, had several pints of beer, and made the locals. I said, how long are you two last season? 38 years. What? Just like old bay times, nothing had bloody changed.
It is, isn't it? When you meet up with somebody,
Yeah,
you go straight back to normal,
yeah,
as if nothing had ever happened. Nothing
yeah,
had passed between you. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's a strange bond, the Singapore thing.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah, no matter who it is or where, it still comes back the same. But that was what, December 2006. I saw Kev, and obviously disappeared back up to Scotland. And we've seen each other several times since, because for a while he went back to living in Fareham, and I take part in the model railway event up in that vicinity, normally twice a year.
Yeah.
And we just have to live about 200 yards from the pub where we used to go for a meal after the railway sessions. So I just said, Kev, right, I'm up this weekend. See you over the pub Friday night. And we
Well,
sit
that
now
was handy, wasn't it?
several points of Doom Bar later. We stagger out the pub, and now he's gone back up to Scotland again. So he's in the wilds. Is it Forest? Yeah, somewhere up near Forest he is now.
So.
Might see him again with a bit of luck sometime somewhere. You never know.
Yeah.
And go tour of the north of Scotland. Next one after that was actually Julie Ivans, who once again was a railway related one, because I do a model railway show up in Bristol every year, and she lives in Bath. So I said, well, I'm up there for 4 days. And we organised to meet up at the pub one evening, just have a drink and chat. And so that got me and Julie back in contact, sort of face to face.
Yeah.
And she was having a go at me about coming to one of the Hatfield reunions. I said, yeah, right, when I can make it. Because 9 out of 10, Lynn organised when I was actually at an exhibition somewhere.
All right.
And been able to get to any of them up until then. So that was Julie in 2008. 2009, we had Mariana, because she used to come down to Plymouth with friends of hers from Maidstone to see the fireworks before we started doing our reunion meetings.
Yeah.
And we were chatting on the internet, and she said, I'm coming down in August with my friends, organise a meetup. So on the Friday evening, I went down, picked her up from the hotel, and came back to my place, had a cup of tea and a drink, and took her back to the hotel and go and watch the fireworks in the evening. Yeah, sort of Wonder One, me and Anna. There was no photographs to take of that one. It's just a straight. That was before the days he had some mobile phones to pick cameras on.
That's true. Yeah.
That's made one hell of a difference to that sort of thing, really, isn't it? Picture that you can think about. We had to lug a camera around. Dear old Jeff Cox. He was another one that came out of the woodwork via your singer site. So I put the pictures in of our school railway club trip up to Gamass.
That's right. Yeah.
And there's a picture of, I called him Jeff Cowan at the time, because that was the best my memory could do. I knew it was Jeff. He started CO something, but he came back by you and said, it's actually Cox, and that is me in the photograph. And we had a few exchanges of internet emails, and I said, well, where are you? He said, well, I'm up near Southampton way, up to between Southampton and Bournemouth. Oh, I said, well, I'm in Southampton in January. I want to pop over to the Modern Railway Show if you were still interested in railways.
Yeah.
So I'll come over and have a meet. So he came over and we had a chat for quite a while there. But, by Stonewell with Andrew when he left school out there.
Yeah.
They were in touch for a long time. So and then for some reason they lost contact. So I was able to put him back in contact with Andrew again.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
Yeah. Field reunion.
Right.
Just for once, I was actually able to go. There was no exhibitions on that week. And Anna and Julie had both given me GBH a year all about going to one of the reunions.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, you talked me into it. So I drove up to Hatfield and took part in that reunion, and the way they had it done, they had the tables all scattered around in the ballroom, for want of a better description. And we had a naval base table, purely by accident. So it was just the people that congregated around it all happened to come from the naval base in Singapore, either
Right.
Navy police or dockyard. And we were all sat around there chatting. And Don and Marianne and I were talking about the fireworks in Plymouth. And we'll be meeting up in August for that. And the Indian was sat on our table. He says, "That's a good idea. We all come down to that." Started a discussion. So, well, 2010 is a bit short notice now to get things organised nationally. We didn't have to be collaring onto the conversation with Dee. And so, well, you know what, we'll try in 2011, give us a chance to see if we can get something organised. And it just snowballed from that silly conversation at the table.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we had a national reunion in Plymouth to watch the national fireworks competition in August 2011.
Yeah. And it's been a regular thing every year since, hasn't it?
We've done it every year since, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this year's not happening because no, it's that first time we actually had something like 67 or 68 people for that first year.
That was good.
It was absolutely heaving on the first. They did it on 2 days of the fireworks.
Yeah.
When they first started, it used to be on a Tuesday and Wednesday. And the first day, you couldn't really move in there for the bodies. A lot of people hadn't seen each other for a long time.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Second day, I think the second day was still about 30 odd of us down there. Obviously, the ones that come down from up country that were staying for both nights of the fireworks were sort of still there. Some people could only make one day locally, so it all went off well. And we managed to get a list of some more names and addresses out of people that hadn't been on Lynn's site or hadn't been on the Facebook pages.
Yeah.
And started to build a bit of a database for Lynn of local people.
Yeah.
And we carried on doing the fireworks for another 3 years. And then January 2015, after Elaine Thomas had collared Julie Ivans when they were in Singapore on a Singapore visit to the school. And she said, we really ought to organise a group in Plymouth. And Julie being Julie, well, you know Lou Watkins, don't you? Yeah, he's very good at organising things. He's involved in a lot of committees. Thank you, Julie. I got lumbered into talking to Lynn Cobb and saying, can you send out a round robin email to everybody on your mailing list?
Yeah.
So if they want to, interested in doing a Plymouth area section, get in touch, and we're proposing to have a meeting on the 24th of January. We had 20, I think about 18 at that first initial meeting. And there was a couple of people there that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
Got their name and address. And when it came to the 2015 fireworks, we were really organised. We got a list out and we were making everybody put their email addresses down on it. And 48, I think we had 48 that year. Turn up for the fireworks. So we acquired a few more emails to be able to get older people. A regular circulation list of 32 people that I send out to every quarter. We have our meetings once every 3 months now.
Yeah.
And out saying, see when the next one is. Usual time, usual place.
Yeah. So I just noticed on Facebook tonight also that the one next Saturday is cancelled.
I've contacted one of our other regulars, Sue, because she put the entry on the Far East Brit Rat site for us. So I've gone and tried to edit it. I can't, so I didn't originate it. Please, you'll update it. After that little lot, next thing reunion-wise was May last year. I decided to get married May last year. And many years ago, Andrew said to me, if you're ever going to get married, let me know. He said, I'll do everything I can to be there. So I sent them the invite, came back, delighted to be there. I just got to try and organise some air tickets. So being the job is high up in the hospitals in Sydney, he does a lot of air miles. So
Yeah.
he traded a lot of air miles and managed to find various flights to and fro using various airlines. And sent them a message a couple of days later. Right, I've got seats already booked, reserved. I'm flying over on the Thursday on a daylight flight, so I'll
Yeah.
get the UK late Thursday. The Friday I'll be in Reading, seeing some cousins, and I'll be with you Friday evening. And I've got to leave again Saturday evening to go back to Reading, ready to get the coach to Heathrow Airport early on Sunday to get a midday Sunday flight back to Australia.
some
So
some schedule
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, quite. And Andrew turned up on the Friday night. There was a group of us, friends of ours, all waiting in the restaurant for him to turn up to have dinner. And I walked out into the reception. Andrew was there signing the booking in forms. Andrew turns around, sees me, gets up, shakes hands, gives us each other a hug. Says, "Nice to see you here now." The girls are saying, "How long did you two last see each other?" July 1968.
Oh yeah.
51 years ago, so very nearly.
It's
No,
amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
literally, yeah, it was as if we hadn't been apart at all. It's
Mm.
a great weekend.
Oh, smashing. Yeah.
Yeah, thumbs up by all.
Yeah. It's amazing how time flies, and yet at the same time, it doesn't when you're with somebody
Yeah,
that you were friends with. Yeah. Oh, lovely.
a lifelong bond.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
One of the later reunions for the fireworks when Anna came down, it was actually a lovely week for change. And we went over to Mount Edgecombe House on the afternoon before the first lot of fireworks. And one of the things they got there is a room where they got all old Tudor costumes. It's an old Tudor building. And you can get yourself all dressed up in Tudor gear and give them your camera and they'll take photographs of you dressed up as Tudors.
Oh,
So
but
Anna being up for a laugh or doing anything, we said, yeah, why not? So hence we ended up dressed up as Lord and Lady Muck, who's in Mount Edgecombe House.
That's
Uh,
good. That's lovely. Yeah.
yeah, went back outside, walked down the car, had a pasty for lunch, and all was right with the world.
Yeah. Excellent.
Uh, yeah. The other one was the one obviously of my wedding with a collection of Singapore people.
Yeah.
There's Andrew on the far left of the photograph, and there's Pam Knowles, who unfortunately passed away on the 7th of March this year after a failed kidney transplant. A great loss. So she's a dear friend. And there's me and my dear wife, Carmela. Then
Uh-huh.
there's John Merrick, who's Pat Merrick, in brackets Alexander's husband. He spent time in Singapore in the Marines.
Yeah.
And Pat spent time at Alexandra Secondary and then went out later when she married a Marine and there was a Marine's wife. So she's had a couple of goes at Singapore as a school kid and as a housewife.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Actually, at the wedding, there was, I think, at least 8 people that had Singapore connections one way or another. So, yeah, it's quite a little cluster of getting around meeting Andrew and chatting with him.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually go riding with somebody who was in Singapore as well every week. She lived in the same road as me in Jalan Communion, but sort of 4 years later.
All right.
We just happened to be talking about stables, and I sort of said, I lived in Severwang Springs. I lived in Severwang Springs. Which road? Jalan Communion. "Oh, what number? I lived 54. "Oh, I lived 99. So next time we saw each other, we produced photographs of our respective bungalows.
Oh, lovely.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes it a small world, doesn't it?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Excellent.
I think that's a lot there, Tom, isn't it?
Oh, that's lovely. Thanks very much for joining us and sharing your memories. And no doubt we might meet in real life. Although we
Okay.
have met once, haven't we, Lou?
Yeah,
Chandos or
Hatfield and
somewhere.
Sandos.
That's right. Yeah.
We went
Yeah.
to that 2010 Hatfield one. It's the first
Uh-huh.
time we met.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Anyway, I hope to see you again. And
Yeah. Yeah.
once again, thanks for joining us on this program. Thanks
Right.
very
Happy
much,
to.
Lou.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, Tom.
I hope you enjoyed that interview. Um, Lou, did you stay all the way through and watch that? That's a lot of people have been talking about my backdrop on that interview. I'll let you into a secret. I use Zoom, and you can put your own photo behind you. So the photo I chose actually was the Centurion Bar in Newcastle Central Station. So if ever you're passing through, pop in and have a pint. It's a really splendid building. It used to be the Victorian first class lounge, I believe. Anyway, right, this naval school badge. Yeah, I got 20 of them to give away, and these are from my friend Derek Tate, who is, a lot of you know, is an author. He's produced 4 books, actually. That's one of them. I think that was the second print on that one, looking at the cover. But he produced that one, Memories of Singapore and Malaya, Monsoon Memories, and More Memories of Singapore and Malaya. And a lot of you contributed your memories to the books, and I collaborated with photographs from the site. They are available on Amazon. A lot of them come in I think, a Kindle version, but you do get some paperbacks, so if you want to check them out. Now the badges themselves, I'll just get this up. Let's have a look. Right. Now what I want you to do is, you only qualify if you actually went to the naval school. Okay? And all you need to do is send me an email. This is to admin@singers.co.uk, not my personal email. Send me an email with your name and address, and the first 20 to arrive will get a badge. So we'll see how that goes. And thank you very much, Derek, for giving us the badges. Obviously, he's not selling them anymore. He's spending more time now writing these books. So good luck with that. Thank you very much, Derek. Now, the next video I've got is actually the last one, which is John Blythe's. And before I introduce that, I'll tell you what's on in a fortnight's time. It's I've forgotten his name. Oh dear, Johnson. Bob Johnson, Richard Johnson, Bob Johnson, ex-school teacher for Passapanjang, which then became Wessex Junior. Now he was teaching Bill Johnson. That's it. It's come to me. It's this old age thing. Bill Johnson, and he used to teach recorder lessons. And last year he had a group of his ex-pupils meet up in London, and so they had a small reunion in London, and he's going to be on in a fortnight's time to talk about that and how it went and how it came about as well. So that'll be interesting. So Lou says he's still here. Well done, Lou. And thank everybody else for popping in as well. We've got quite a few, actually. Hillary, Linda Sanders, from Leamington, Joyce. I did see Anne Massey somewhere. So that's a good selection there. Aye, thanks for your support. Anyway, we'll finish with the last video, and I shall see you in a fortnight's time. Take care.